I've known Sue for maybe close to 20 years, and I know that Tina and some of Sue's friends and family that might see this tape may not fully understand the whole culture at Stellafane, but if you're an amateur telescope maker or even an amateur astronomer that hasn't made a telescope, a lot of times the convention is the one time a year when you come for a weekend of recharging your batteries. And it's when you're coming to Stellafane, especially if it looks like a lousy weekend with horrible weather, you're still trying to get geared up. You get to the gate and you come around the corner at Sue's field, and there's Sue to greet you. And no matter what the weather is, you now feel like it was a great weekend already. I mean, you've just been able to hang around with her. And I remember so many times camping. It used to be Sue, and then the little picnic table, and then Steve Dodson, and then me for a number of years. And so I got to spend a lot of time with Steve and Sue and Alberio. I searched through hundreds of memories, and I think the most vivid memory is really a memory of Alberio. And it's a bad memory, but one that really sticks with us. Because back in the 90s, we had work sessions that were a lot more cutting and slashing and burning. And one year during pre-convention, we were burning brush on a miserably hot day. It had to be 97 or 98 degrees. And we had a pretty large brush pile right next to a stone wall. And Alberio had wandered off, chasing the scent of something. And he'd come when called, but came bounding up and jumped right over the stone wall and landed right in the ashes of this 10-foot diameter burn pile. And burned, Alberio's paws were burned, and we had to get some cold water and some ice and all that stuff. But I know that Tina and anyone that knew Sue well will remember hearing about Alberio's burns, and that's a big memory in my time with Sue too.
One of the first times I met Sue, I've always loved Winnebagos. We were still camping in Miller's Field, and this huge Winnebago came up full of, at the time, what we thought were gorgeous women. And it turned out to be, Sue and Denise Sabatini and her daughter and all. And we went through the normal convention and stuff, and at the end of the convention on Sunday, everybody's leaving, but the Winnebago stayed there and stayed there. So finally, I can't remember if it was Doug, and I think George was there too, but we went down and they were trying to get the Winnebago started, and they couldn't. So in our best industrious manner, we tried to help them out, and I was crawling underneath it, and George had the hood up and stuff. Finally, after half an hour, we weren't having any success at all. And I think it was Sue's daughter that finally said, well, if you tried putting it in neutral, because it was an automatic, it was in park. So sure enough, I put it in neutral and boom, started right up. So that was one of my first meetings with Sue.
A few folks I had met, but I came around the corner, and there's Sue on the corner of Sue's field, and she greeted me like a long-lost friend, and I was gonna, just ask directions or something, and suddenly it's 2 hours later, and we're still chatting about things. Just one of the warmest, most welcoming people I've ever known, and really, she was probably the first person I got to know at Stellafane really well, her and Alberio, and my goodness, Alberio was always at her side. Just a big piece of me.
Her and Alberio. God. It's like one word. Sue and Alberio. I'm gonna miss them both an awful lot.
On the way back from Stellafane this year, I was thinking, I wanted to write something, but I hadn't got a chance to. This is a place where we all come together every year, and we make remarkable friendships here, and we all treat each other special here. And I was thinking on the way back that this little shining star in this place on the planet, that we all share, and we all look forward to every year. We just don't know when we're going to see each other back up on this hill again. And we don't know God's plan. Susan will surely be missed because she was just so much of a part part of this. I don't know when I'm going to see her again. Someday I will see her back here.
cowboy who lives on the range. His horse and his cattle are his only companions. He works in the saddle and he sleeps in the canyon, waiting for summer, his pastures to change. And as the moon rises, he sits by his fire, thinking about women and glasses of beer, and closing his eyes as the dogies retire, he sings out a song which is soft but it's clear, as if maybe someone could hear. Good night, you moonlight lady, rock-a-bye, sweet baby Jane. Deep greens and blues are the colors I choose Won't you let me go down in my dreams and rock-a-bye, sweet baby Jane? Now the 1st of December was covered with snow. So was the turnpike from Stockbridge to Boston. Though the Berkshires seemed dreamlike on account of that frosting, with 10 miles behind me and 10,000 more to go. There's a song that they sing when they take to the highway, a song that they sing when they take to the sea, a song that they sing of their home in the sky. Maybe you can believe it if it helps you to sleep. The singing works just fine for me. So good night, you moonlight ladies. Rock-a-bye, sweet baby Jane. Peach greens and blues are the colors I choose. Won't you let me go down in my dreams and rock-a-bye,